Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For anyone new here, I am a mama to 3 little girls with a boy on the way, and I am so excited for today's video because our playroom, our new playroom is finally finished. We have basically this room right here was a 3-season solarium. It had screens and we used it as like a dining area in the spring, summer, fall. And we have spent a lot of time. We have completely enclosed it, all new windows, added flooring. I'll show you it all, but we now have a dedicated play space for our kiddos, and it has just been one of the nicest things ever. Like, if I ever buy a house again, I will never buy one without a dedicated play space because this has just been such a game changer. So without further ado, I will go ahead and give you a tour of our space. Okay, so just for orientation purposes, I am standing in the doorway of like our living room meets this room. So this is kind of what you see as you first go in. So the first thing you see here is our 2 shelving units of bins. These are Ikea. I will post everything in the description below. So check that out if you're interested in exactly what things are. I have the all white bins because I wanted them to be very neutral, but they sell them in all different colors. And then I went ahead and added these labels for myself using my Cricut. So that's how I did that. But definitely when you're doing a playroom, make sure things have labels. My kids can like put things away because of the labels. So always do that, just as a tip. So this is all of our items that stay, that do not rotate. This is our like open-ended toys, our toys that are just constantly here, always have free access to. So we have our dollhouse bin here. This contains all of our like calico critters, dollhouse furniture, that sort of thing. We do calico critters for our dollhouse. And then also it has this little dollhouse here, up here. This is the Love Every dollhouse, and they can play with that too. But right next to that little bin here, you have this little space, and you can see their dollhouse is right there. So that is why kind of that bin is next to there. There's like little seating area for them if they want it. And so if they need some downtime, like reading time, or just like cool down, they'll go there, and then the dollhouse is there and they can use that to play with the dollhouse, or sometimes they bring the chair elsewhere. But that is like one of their favorite kind of places to be. Next up over here, we just have a bin of balls, all different kinds of balls that they could ever possibly want. We have a bin of vehicles, a bin of all different kind of figurines, all different kinds, like from baby dolls to Woody to little, you know, dogs, whatever it is, this is figurines. Next to that, we have animals. In here, just any animal. These are really great open-ended toys. Keep them all in here. And basically, if one of these ever starts overflowing, that's how we know it's time to declutter and purge. And before holiday seasons or birthdays, we always do that too. And I'm very mindful when I buy toys to make sure that they have a place to go. So that is kind of how we keep these contained. Under here, this one is all of our Duplo. Bigger Legos. My oldest daughter is just getting to the point where the littler Legos, like the regular Lego, is her size. So I'll show you where we keep those. But in general, the ones that don't rotate are these bigger ones because all ages can play with them. So again, they are here. Moving along to this set, we have just regular building blocks. And then underneath we have all of our Magnetiles. Here is any baby doll accessories. If there's one thing my girls love, it's babies, dolls, things like that. It is like the majority of their play. So we have like a whole bin of just accessories, you know, a diaper bag, a little baby car seat, a cell phone, binkies, bottles, all of the things baby doll are in here. And then this one is specifically baby doll clothes, bibs, blankets, all that sort of thing. And then this one here is baby dolls and stuffed animals. So we just have all of their extra things that they constantly play with in the playroom here. Up top here, I have this little ballroom. This is a Love Every item, but it does not store well, so it is constantly out. Otherwise, it would not be out right now because it's not a toy we play with constantly at the moment. It would definitely be a rotation toy, but again, storage, it doesn't come apart. So storage is a bit tricky, so it just stays forever. Because this room started as a sunroom, the majority of the room is big windows, doors. There's not much wall space. So I did want to put a little piece of art like on here where they play. This they kind of use as a table space, so I do like to keep it pretty clear, but kind of towards the back tucked here, I have just a couple little decorative frames. And in our other space, I do kind of tape these to the back, and I can rotate the pictures based on season. So I like to do specific Christmas ones and that sort of thing. I think that's really fun. So moving along to this corner, kind of at an angle here, we have their kitchen set. This is the Ikea kitchen. And so out in these bins, we keep the mixer, toaster, and coffee maker. These are very used items in our house. I'm gonna actually, I think next week, go through and do a favorite toys list, because I just want to tell you in all this playroom which ones are our most used, most favorite toys that I would actually recommend buying. This happens to be one of them. The coffee maker specifically is like the biggest hit. It actually brews water through it, or it can, and that they just absolutely love that. So this is definitely one of those toys. We have a little smoothie, and then all of their kitchen food and accessories are in here. If I have like a set, like a Melissa and Doug pancake set, for example, I keep that kind of together in its own thing. In the bin, we have basically a pancake one and a taco kit. Otherwise, it's just free for all in a bin. This is just like a plastic shoebox type bin. I do also keep little menus for them to be able to play restaurant. This I just made in a Word document based on the food and things that we have. So I do have that there for them as well. To the side of this, we attached a hook which holds their aprons and little mitts so that they can do the real pretend play in here. So we do keep that there. Underneath this little kitchen set is actually also where I keep in a bin their more big play structures. So this is not something they probably would play with in here. They would bring this bin out to our living room where there's a much bigger space. This is the Love Every like puppet show theater type thing. So it has different connecting pieces that can go together to build, you know, different things. It's kind of like one of those big plastic fort things that you see, except for it's a little bit nicer with the wood. So that's what that is. And then we also under here have this kind of blow up one, the air fort. This one's kind of like an igloo almost. So they love playing in this as well. But again, it's stored here in the playroom, kind of done more in the living room. Also between the kitchen and Ikea little 6-bin thing, there's like a little pocket of space. So I do use that for storage. And so here I like to keep our little mats. So this is just like a squishy, like farm road type thing. So they can do cars and animals and that sort of thing on here. Also great when you have like, you know, baby, 6-month-old, someone who's kind of not really quite mobile yet, to have like a little bit more of a soft designated space. And then I also have their safari mat here. This is like a zoo. So again, they play animals mostly on this, and zoo and that sort of thing. But those are our two like play mats. So I stored those there. And in addition, I have our little car runner here. Again, it's one of those toys that they don't always want. I really do like it on rotation, but it's really weird space-wise and you can't break it down. And so you kind of just either have to keep it out or hide it until you want to bring it out and play with it. And then let me like kind of back up so that you can get this view, because the table is here too. And I like the table here because when they're playing kitchen or restaurant, that's really close by. When they want to do magnet tiles or Legos, like not on the floor, honestly, a lot of times they just do it right on the floor. But if they want the table, it's like right there. And then this, as we move over here, is our toy rotation shelf. And they do like to kind of sit at a table to do some of these. So it's just nice that it's kind of right here. But anyway, moving on to this shelf. First off is our cash register. They play grocery store, they play restaurant. This is another really used toy and I like it right next to the kitchen space. So this kind of stays out right here on top. Here right now, again, this is just a rotating shelf. So right now we have animal connecting toys. I got these for Christmas for Rosemary last year. So that's what happens to be in here. This little buckle pillow she's really into at the moment. I also have this little flower stand. Juliana really plays with this a lot right now at this moment. And then I have the stacking boxes in this one back here. Down here, right now on rotation is doctor supplies. And then here, right now my girls are completely into containment. So always they are just wanting to put things in bags, go to the store, play store, like they just want things in bags. They pack up their dolls to go on vacation. So here in this rotation cube, I just have tons of different types of little backpacks, little bags, grocery basket, things that they can collect and keep things in a little unit. So that's what's in there right now. But again, this is rotation, so this shelf changes every week and a half to 2 weeks. To just, if I see they're not playing with something, I'll rotate it out, you know, just stuff like that. I have a different video on toy rotation, I think, that goes in depth on how I do that. It was when our playroom was in a different space, but the idea and the principle is still the same in how often we rotate and what we rotate, that sort of thing. As we continue moving left here, we come to the Our Generation corner. That's what I call it, but there is more up there too. So we'll start down here. And this is our American Girl, Our Generation. Ours is Our Generation, but you kind of get it. It's the 18-inch doll section. And so this is like the major component in it. This is the cozy cabin. And you can see they have their dolls in here right now, but this is their little play space. And then all of the other bigger accessories that we have for Our Generation are kind of here in this space between the wall, and it's like dead space. So we keep the little twin bunk beds back here, which they will pull this out and put it in the room. They'll put their babies on it. They will put their dolls on it. This is definitely a used item. And then also hiding back here is the Our Generation salon, if the dolls want to go to the salon that day. And then over here on the floor in a little basket here is just all of the little items that come with it. So we are currently like bulging at the seams, so we cannot buy any more pieces unless we decide to let some go. That's like the rule. But you know, we have all the clothes, the shoes, the accessories. Again, they love travel. The horse that comes with it, you know, all the different things are kept in here right next to the dollhouse so that they have all their play stuff kind of right in the same area. So right above that then, since this is one of the only walls we have, I do have like a little frame here of the places you go, and it just has the 7 continents. If you've been around here, you know we're a traveling family. We love to travel, we love to explore. So having a map of sorts is very fitting. Right above that then, I have this shelf, and right now it has our Polly Pocket stuff. This is up here because it has tiny, tiny pieces. So I've kind of found that it's easier to keep those things up and out of reach all the time, and if they ask for it, to pull it down. This has room to grow on it, this shelf does, and so it will also be the place as my older daughter gets the regular Legos like I was telling you about. This is where little things of her Legos will go, just so that the littler ones aren't getting into the small pieces or wrecking her things she builds or whatever it is. So this will also be where our little Legos go. And then again, as we move left, you have the doors there into the living room, and here's like the doors, the patio doors to outside. So over here, you kind of already saw, this is like the first corner. It's where the dollhouse is. The stroller is right there too, just it's and then over in this corner right here, so then over on this side up here on the wall, I have two like little frames with clips that can hold the kids' artwork. And then kind of blank, we have this bean bag, which holds all of the dolls and stuffed animals that are like out of rotation or that like the kids haven't played with in a while, that sort of thing. So it's another like little seating area for them. And then this is Barbie accessories, and Barbie's is in this bin down here. Show you. So it's this kind of size bin. So the dolls, all the Barbie dolls are in here. And then all the little Barbie accessories are in here. Could have been a smaller bin had it not been for my daughter's love of gymnastics, and again, parts and pieces that don't break down very easy. So other big bin for that as well. Also, right now we have this little like rocking thing, this rocking snail in here. This is not usually kept in here. This is like a toy rotation item, I'll say. It is something Rosemary is really into right now, so we have it in here, but it will rotate with maybe the wobble board or something similar. This section here probably will become more of like the newborn space with the newborn play gym, as we welcome another kind of boy into this environment. So that's kind of probably what this corner will become. But for now, this is the space and we are so incredibly happy with it. It has functioned so well. The girls just get lost in here, honestly. The one thing I forgot to show you, you can kind of see it right here. This is a visual clock, and it's kind of how we are able to get the kids out of here because they love being in here so much. Like seriously, it's been a month and a half now since we've had this space, and they just get lost. They play so well. It's so cute. It's so nice. And that visual clock is just amazing. If you have not heard about visual clocks, I would definitely recommend getting one. You can, I'll show you. Basically, you can set the timer and they can see visually like how much time is left. So it really helps my kids a lot. If they are playing and we're getting ready to go somewhere, I will set